guys, I am Prasanna Valera and today we are presenting the computer motherboard and its component. We are from Group 11 of Division B. Let me introduce my team. Amay Bhagwatkar, Kush Bhakkad, Yash Bhale and the three Bhaleraus, Parth, Yash and myself Prasanna. And these are the points that we are going to present or explain in our presentation. And the very first one is Introduction to Motherboard. Now the question is, what is motherboard? A motherboard is a main circuit board or a PCB in a computer that connects all the different components together, including CPU, memory, storage devices and expansion card. Also, it is a central hub that allows these components to communicate and work together to run the computer. The motherboard contains a variety of components such as sockets, slots, connectors, so on, that facilitate the communication between the different components of the computer. It also contains the basic input-output system BIOS, which is responsible for booting up the computer and initializing the hardware component. Also, motherboard come in different sizes. Overall, motherboard is a crucial component of a computer system that enables all the other hardware components to communicate with each other and function together as a unified system. And this is a picture of motherboard, how it's look.
So now, myself, Kush Bhakkad, will be presenting the essential yet often overlooked part of a computer's foundation, the CPU socket. A CPU socket is a physical interface on a motherboard that connects the central processing unit, CPU, with the rest of the computer system. Different CPUs have different socket types, so it is important to select a compatible motherboard and CPU when building or upgrading a computer system. The socket also determines the number of pins on the CPU, which corresponds to the number of electrical connections between the CPU and the motherboard. The CPU socket is designed to ensure that the CPU is securely installed in the motherboard and that it can function properly without overheating. The CPU socket plays an essential role in the overall performance and stability of a computer system. So it is important to choose a reliable and highly quality socket when selecting a motherboard. To wrap up, the CPU socket is a critical part of any computer that should not be overlooked. It can have a major impact on the performance and stability of the system, so it's important to ensure that you purchase a high quality and compatible CPU socket for your computer. Here shows up the image of a motherboard with a red circle outlining the CPU socket in it, also numbered with the number 6. Now I will be explaining the memory slots. So memory slots on a motherboard are physical sockets that hold random access memory or RAM modules, which serve as temporary storage for data being actively processed by the CPU. Motherboards are designed with different types of memory slots, such as DDR3, DDR4 or DIMM slots, and each type is designed to support specific types of RAM modules. A motherboard's memory slots are typically located near the CPU socket and are arranged in 2, 4 or 6 slots in a row. The number of memory slots on a motherboard varies depending on the size and the type of the motherboard. When installing RAM modules, it is important to match the type of the RAM with the type of memory slots on the motherboard. RAM modules are designed to fit into specific memory slots and will not function if they are not compatible. The number and type of memory slots on a motherboard determine the maximum amount and speed of RAM that can be installed, which can have a significant impact on the performance of the computer system. Therefore, it is essential to choose a motherboard with the right type and number of memory slots to meet your specific needs. There are several types of RAM available for computer systems, each of which provides a unique set of advantages and disadvantages. The most common types of RAM used in computers include dynamic RAM, that is DRAM, synchronous dynamic RAM, that is SDRAM, RAM bus dynamic RAM, that is RDRAM, double data rate synchronous dynamic RAM, that is DDR HDRAM, double data RAID 2 or RAID 3 or RAID 4 synchronous dynamic RAM, that is DDR2, DDR3 or DDR4 HDRAM, and most recently quad data rate synchronous dynamic RAM, that is QDR HDRAM.
Hello there, I am Parth and I am going to talk about the CMOS battery. The CMOS, that is complementary metal oxide semiconductor battery, is a small coin-shaped battery located on the motherboard of a computer. It is generally a CR2032 lithium coin cell. This cell battery has an estimated life of 3 years when power supply unit PSU is unplugged or when the PSU power switch is turned off. This battery type, unlike the lithium-ion battery, is not rechargeable, and trying to do so may result in an explosion. The CMOS battery is responsible for powering the CMOS memory chip on the motherboard. This memory chip stores important information such as date and time, BIOS settings, and system configuration information. The CMOS battery provides a small amount of power to the CMOS chip even when the computer is turned off, allowing the chip to retain the stored information. If the CMOS battery loses power or fails, the stored information in the CMOS chip can be lost, causing the computer to display errors or fail to boot up properly. Replacing the CMOS battery is a simple process that involves opening the computer case, locating the battery on the motherboard, removing the old battery, and installing a new one. It's important to use the correct type of battery and follow safety procedures when working with computer hardware. The encircled part in the following figure is the CMOS battery. The next subtopic is the ISA, PCI, and AGP slots. So the ISA, industry standard architecture, is the 16-bit internal bus of IBM and similar computers based on Intel 8286 and its immediate successors during 1980s. Virtually all IBM compatible PCs made before the Pentium were based on the IBM's PC80 bus. The bus was largely backward compatible with 8-bit bus of 8088 based IBM PC, including the IBM PC XT as well as IBM PC compatibles. The ISA bus provided direct memory access using multiple expansion cards on memory channel, allowing separate interrupt requests for each card. Plus, the ISA bus could support a network card, additional serial ports, a video card, and other processors and architecture. This asynchronous bus architecture uses 16-bit addresses and an 8 MHz clock and handles a maximum data throughput of 2 megabytes to 3 megabytes.
Myself Yash Bhalia. I will explain about other types of slots and chipsets. First is AGP, which stands for Accelerated Graphics Port. It is a high-speed point-to-point channel for attaching a video card to a computer's motherboard. It was developed as an improvement over PCI as it provides a dedicated pathway between the slot and the processor rather than sharing the PCI bus. After this, the next type is PCI, that is Peripheral Component Interconnect Bus. It is a computer bus used for connecting various hardware devices to the motherboard of a computer. It is a standard interface that allows expansion cards such as a graphics card, sound cards, and network adapters. Then after this, these are the three regions where these all slots are located on the motherboard. Then there are different types of power connectors like 20 plus 4 pin power connector, PCI connectors, SATA connectors, floppy connectors, P4MB connectors, and 4 pin Molex connectors. The next topic is a chipset. A chipset is a collection of ICs on a computer's motherboard that works together to provide various types of functions, such as enable communication between different components of the computer system. It serves as a bridge between the central processing unit, memory, and other input-output devices. A chipset mainly consists of two primary components. First is a north bridge and second is south bridge. A north bridge is responsible for connecting the CPU to high-speed components such as memory and graphics card. And on the other hand, a south bridge connects to lower speed peripherals such as storage devices, USB ports, audio devices, and network adapters. A chipset also plays a very crucial role in determining the capabilities and features of a motherboard. It defines the type and speed of a memory that can be used, the number and type of expansion slots available, and the supported storage interfaces.
Hi everyone, I'm Yash Bhalerao and I will be explaining about the south bridge and the north bridge of the motherboard. Inside every computer, there is a component that connects all the slower peripheral devices to the motherboard. It's called the south bridge. The south bridge is located at the bottom of the motherboard and is responsible for controlling the slower components of the computer, such as the USB ports, audio, and other low speed devices. The South Bridge has its own memory controller, which allows it to quickly access data from the slower peripherals. This helps the computer run more efficiently and quickly. Without the South Bridge, a computer would be unable to connect to its lower peripheral devices, resulting in a slower overall performance. The South Bridge is an essential component of any computer and helps keep it running smoothly and quickly. Now, moving on to the North Bridge, a motherboard contains several key components that allow it to operate. One of those components is the North Bridge. The North Bridge is responsible for connecting the CPU to the main memory and high-speed peripherals. Such as the graphic card, it's typically located near the top of the motherboard, while the South Bridge is located near the bottom. The North Bridge communicates with the CPU using the front side bus or FSB, a high-speed bus that allows data to be transferred quickly between the two components. In addition to connecting the CPU to the main memory and high-speed peripherals, the North Bridge may also contain an integrated graphics controller, allowing it to handle graphics processing without the need for a separate graphic card. The North Bridge is an essential component of a computer's chipset, working in the conjunction with the South Bridge to ensure that all the components of the motherboard work together seamlessly and efficiently. This means that North Bridge can act as a one-stop shop for a wide range of computing needs, more processive intensive activities like gaming.
And next point in the PPT is graphical devices. It is also known as graphical cards or graphical processing unit, and they are crucial components that enhance the visual experience on computers. They are responsible for rendering images, videos, animations, and other visual elements that we see on our screen. There are mainly two types of graphical devices. First is integrated graphics. These are built-in graphics processor that comes integrated with the motherboard. They offers basic graphical capabilities suitable for everyday task, but they may not meet the demands of high performance applications or gaming. And second type is dedicated graphics. Dedicated graphics card are separate devices that connect to the motherboard via component interact express slots. These cards are specifically designed for demanding tasks like gaming, video editing, and 3D rendering, providing superior performance and video quality, better video. Before diving into the specifies, let's start with a brief overview. The back panel connectors and ports on a motherboard are located on the rear side of your computer cases. They allow you to connect external devices such as monitors, keyboards, mic speakers, and many other things. Each port has a unique purpose, and it is designed to handle specific types of data or signals. The first set of connectors we will discuss are related to the video output, the video graphics array, and second is digital visual interface. You can connect USB cable, audio cable, or Ethernet via this part of motherboard. And at last, I sincerely appreciate your attendance to listen our PPT.